acorda escravo de um sono.
Dames en heren, willen jullie alsjeblieft plaatsnemen?
Just check that. Is it okay? Everyone can see okay. Brothers and sisters, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Is you confirm? I didn't come here to upset you. I come here to make love with you. Yeah? Teach you. Educate you. Make you love yourself even more. Because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, you know, I like to joke. I like to make the classes happy. But believe me, brothers and sisters, there's nothing more I want to see to see us as a people rise up again. Yes. I'm sick and tired of wherever I go, we always seem to be at the bottom. And I'm saying, I want to inspire us with the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding that you are no rejects. You see, to love yourself, to love your history, to love your culture, doesn't mean you hate anyone else. I'm not interested in hating anyone. I'm interested in loving my people today. Because we can't love others until you first learn how to love yourself. And we as a people, we want to love everyone else, but we don't want to show more love to ourselves. And I'm saying, don't be ashamed of who you are. You're not black because you're cursed. You're black because you're first. Yes. Yeah? So, I don't want to leave Ireland. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave. I want to stay. I'm not joking. I love you, man. This is to me what my life is all about. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got so much I want to go into today, and I don't know how much time we're gonna have. But this is just, we haven't even touched it yet. Yeah. But we've got so much we really want to go into today, and we really just. I want to make sure that we are going to do this thing. Now, let me go back a bit. Okay, I'm going to go straight to this. This man here, Imhotep. One of the brothers came to me during the break and he said, Hotep. And as we know, Hotep means the peace. Yeah? So, but when we look at Hollywood, and we mention, you look at the name Imhotep, and many of the young people, when you say Imhotep to them, they think of the mummy. And the mummy returned to think of some duppy, just chasing people around the earth. That is not Imhotep. That's Hollywood messing up with your mind. Yeah? Imhotep was a peaceful man. He lived about in the 3rd dynasty, approximately 5,000 to 6,000 years. He was not a pharaoh. His pharaoh was Zosa. He was the prime minister, the vice or whatever, the second in charge. Imhotep, and I use this in schools when I go into schools to teach young people. I don't want to hear our young black children talking about, I don't want to be educated, I don't want to be clever, I want to be doing this, I want to play football all day, I want to be... Listen, man, education is your birthright. And our children should not be leaving school without the understanding that their education is paramount, is first in their life. Imhotep, he was the world's first multi-genius. Multi-genius. What was Imhotep? Multi-genius. He was a scientist, a priest, the highest, physician, doctor, philosopher, poet, farmer, an astronomer, a chemist, as I said, the word chemist comes from a chemist, and a mason, and an architect. He was the master of all of these things. Not just done them, he mastered it. Even when he passed away, when he died, they deified him. The Greeks I'm talking about deified him as a god. That's how great his wisdom was. It was beyond phenomenal. Now, one of the things that Imhotep gave us, he gave us what's called the step pyramid. This was, according to scholars, the first pyramid on earth, the step pyramid. This pyramid, you need to come with me, man. They're going to pay for you. Look, pay for them, man. Dreadlock Master, Buffalo Soldier. Pay for them, man. Yeah? Let them come and walk in you me. One of the places I would take you to would be Saqqara. Okay? A place called Saqqara, which is where the step pyramid is built, okay? You're talking about some 5,000 years old, don't forget. Still standing there today. And if you were standing beside it, you would be as big as this red dot there. You would be as big as that. It's over 204 feet high. Yeah, massive. But guess what? It never used to look like that. That's how it looks today. After 5 to 6,000 years. Once upon a time, it was covered in gold. That's how we built, man. Yes. We covered it in gold. And why the bling bling? And why gold? Because gold wasn't because we just said, oh, we're rich. No. Gold symbolized the Creator. See, gold is one of the elements that never rusts. It's eternal. So when they said that God is like gold, the element, God never grows old. God never rusts. His word is always on time, never behind time. Yeah? And so we use gold. Okay? Hence the word Nubia. Now many of you saw the step pyramid and you never knew you saw the step pyramid. Let me show you how you see the step pyramid. Every time you go on a film, Columbia Films, what is she standing on? But see, if you don't know your history, you ain't going to see things like that. Hollywood stands. See? That's a step pyramid. One of the reasons why I call it step pyramid, because it's called the steps to wisdom, the steps of knowledge, the steps to heaven. That's where we got the English word knowledge from. Look at the word knowledge. Knowledge. Every ledge you went on, the more you could see, the more you knew. Hence the term knowledge. Also, you see the woman there standing on Imhotep's pyramid, and you see her holding a light. That light is like what they call the illuminated light. Hence, you got the Illuminati. I don't know if you've gone into the Illuminati, any of you, but you got the Illuminati. In other words, by standing on the African architecture, now the European owns the light. We can see everything. Hence, the name Columbia, after Columbus, the discoverer. Yeah? So what I'm trying to show you, just in a symbol, a media symbol, is African history. Also, this is good. Oh, before I even carry on, I want to show you the power of the mind. I want to show you how you can think. We're great thinkers, you know, brothers and sisters.
Sure. Yeah.
Brother Ali, come and break some bread, soldier. Cheese and bread.
Can someone give you a word?
Any word?
Freedom.
Freedom.
Wow, okay. Freedom. The unity. Knowing where we come from. See, I rise every morning like the sun, so that I can shine like the chosen one. This is me, the Neo, coming to let you know that you should be glowing. So therefore, put your face on and making sure that you're showing. Every single day is a blessing. Make sure that you're smiling. See, we are now resurrecting because we know for sure this is our world. So therefore, we come in and we have to shine like pearls. See, like the water in this bottle that's now empty, it doesn't really matter because simply I still flow and let you know that it's lyrical ability. It's an audacity. That's right.
Now, showing you that the mind is powerful. You can let the mind flow. Okay? Like the Africans done many thousand years, the mind was flowing. Yeah? So this is called the calicus. This was a symbol in ancient Egypt that represented wealth and health. Okay? Wealth and health. Why was this a symbol? Because you had a pole with a globe at the top. Around the pole are intertwined two snakes, two serpents. And then at the top of the circle, at the top of the head of the serpents, you have two wings. I wish I had time. I'm not going to go into it, but that's a deep symbolic symbol that represents the whole of your nervous system. It represents your hormonal system. I mean, it goes deep into medicine, medical knowledge. It's called a caducus. And you'll see here on one of the African Egyptian walls, the god Thoth, okay, holding onto one of the caducus. See there? The pole with the two intertwined snakes with the wings at the top, okay? Because when you get to the top, good health means to be balanced. You can float, you can fly, you can move fast. That's what the wings represent. That when you reach that stage, but at the top of the wings is the globe. The globe represents your mind, your brain, the cranium. Okay? It's a very deep symbol, very deep symbol. And the god Thoth, he's holding on to the caducus. From the word Thoth, the African god of thinking, that's what he was, the god of thinking. He's very popular at Jehuti, okay? But the Greeks called him Thoth. From the word Thoth, you get the English word thought, think. See, these were African powers of reasoning and reflection, okay? So, from that god Thoth, watch now. When the Greeks came in under Alexander, they took the caducus, see it there? And they gave it to their god Hermes. From the word Hermes, you get the medical term hormones. See, it opened up biology to the European. From after the Greeks came, who came after the Greeks? The Romans. And when the Romans came in, they gave their caducus to their god Mercury. Hence, you have the planet called Mercury. This is all showing you stemming from African wisdom that has been used and taken. Because after the Romans got this knowledge, they came back to Europe, because in Europe, where we're living right now, England, Holland, whatever it came, it was in a period what they call the Middle Ages. Another name for the Middle Ages is the medieval period. Another name for the medieval period is the Dark Ages. And the reason why it's called the Dark Ages was because Europeans were in darkness. They had no knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But when the Romans came in, they brought the African torch and they educated. And that's why they called that period after that the Renaissance. The word Renaissance from the French means the awakening. And there's people like the Moors. You know about the Moors? It was the Africans from North Africa called the Moors. And the Moors were not Arab people. They were a mixture of Arab and black African. Yeah? From the word Moor, you get the French word noir, which means black. The proper name for Moor wasn't Moor, it was called blackamoor. And it means black as a Moor. That's why when you read Shakespeare, Othello the Moor, you saw a dark that brother always has to be played. That was the Moorish Empire, okay? And hence, coming from there. And therefore, when you look around the world, when you look at ambulances, you will see the same symbol. When you go to doctor's surgery, you see the same symbol of African health and wealth, the snakes and the pole. When you go to the Bank of England, okay, this is the Bank of England, what do you see on the door? The same caducus. See, it means health and wealth. So why, if we are so ashamed of Africa today, are the people that run the planet using African symbols? To show even more that it's African symbols, you see the lions. And another name for the England football team, the rugby team, are the 3 lions. Lions are originally and only in Africa. If this was meant to be an English symbol, it'd be 3 squirrels. I mean, like a dog, like a pussy, you know what I'm saying? But they know that Africa represents royalty, represents kingdom, and you don't know this. That's why the greatest secret on this earth, I ain't joking now, the greatest secret on this earth, the best kept secret on this earth is your history. The wise will never let you know who you are. Because when they see you, I'm not blaspheming it, but when they see you, they see God. They see the power of the ancients walking through you. What do? You're just walking around. You have no idea who you are. Yeah? We're just walking. Yeah? And we have no idea that we are kings and queens. It doesn't mean you hate anyone. You don't have to hate no one. But I'm saying fall in love with who you are, man. Don't be ashamed of who you are. I share. Lift shut from Babylon. Yeah? This is ours. Okay? This is Snefru. He came from the 4th dynasty now. Are you okay, Steve? You okay? Yes. Are you sure? You want me to stop now?
No,
Are you sure? Oh.
Teach, bro. Teach.
This is Pharaoh Snefru of the 4th dynasty. After Imhotep built the step pyramid, our pharaohs now said, you know what, we want our own pyramid. And he started what's called the Pyramid Age. Now all the pharaohs are now trying to create their own pyramid. He wanted to build the first straight pyramid, yeah, without no steps. As you see, when it's calculating, halfway you see a bend, an inclination there. And the reason being that as they were calculating it, they were building it too inclined, it was too sharp, the inclination was too sharp. Hence, halfway up they had to change the mathematical bearing of the pyramid. And it became known as the bent pyramid. It still stands here today. Some people call it the red pyramid, but it's called the bent pyramid. And the reason why I show that to us people, to show that we made mistakes too. I am not going to lie to you and say, Africans, we are all perfect. Everything we done was just one papa. Yeah? It wasn't. We made mistakes too. And one of our mistakes stands there in time. Okay? But we understood the philosophy. Try again. And he never gave up. He built the first straight pyramid called the White Pyramid, and it stands in Dashur today. Okay? So he never gave up. He rebuilt it. This man there, bad man, Pharaoh Khufu of the 4th dynasty. Some people say he was the son of Snefru. Now the easy way to remember Khufu, then let me Khufu in your head. That's the way to remember it. He's a bad man. Believe me, brethren, he's bad. Here's Pharaoh Khufu. You see his African features there. He built what's called the Great Pyramid. I'm telling you, brothers, as God is my witness, man, you got to come there with me, man. He built the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid, you see me standing there? When you stand beside the Great Pyramid, you're like an ant. Yes. The Great Pyramid has over 2,300,000 blocks of stone. Each stone weighs as an average between 2 to 15 tons. However, above the king's chamber, we've got blocks of stone weighing over 100 tons each. That is the weight of a locomotive train in one brick. You see it there? Absolutely phenomenal. And they call it one of the 7 wonders. And it's the only one of the 7 wonders that still stand and exist today. Why do they call it the 7 wonders? Because they're wondering how the hell did you do it? Yeah? It's impossible. No, I ain't got time to that. But if we go to the mathematical precision of the pyramid, no man, you'll be crying. Many of us don't appreciate that the pyramid is built exactly on the center of the Earth's landmass on planet Earth. That the Earth has a diameter of 7,926 miles, a circumference of 24,896 miles. It has land of 57,255,000 square miles, water of 139,685,000 square miles, which means that the land and water of the planet Earth is over 196,940,000 square miles. The Africans knew that. Because they knew. They knew by building the pyramid at that point, they based it on what they call pi. Now, pi, if you're the mathematicians, you know is the relationship between the radius to the circumference of a particular object. This pyramid was based on the precision of pi. Now let me tell you something, man. When you're talking about a little pyramid, this pyramid covers over 13 acres of land. You can, look, the amount of stone in that one pyramid, let me show you something. The amount of stone in that one pyramid, you can build 30 Empire State Buildings out of that one pyramid. There's over 90 in Egypt. One pyramid built 30. You can build a wall around the earth. Remember I said the earth is 24,896 miles in circumference. You can build a wall 3/4 way around the earth with that stone. Do you know in that one pyramid, let me see if I've got another picture there. In that one pyramid, if you knock down all of the churches, cathedrals, and chapels in England, Scotland, and Wales, you won't have enough stone to build that one pyramid. If you knock down all the churches, cathedrals, and chapels in England, Scotland, and Wales, there's not enough stone. Think about it. And that stone didn't come from that part of Egypt, in the Giza. No, that stone came from Aswan, Nubia. They had to literally move that stone over 300 to 400 miles across land and water just to build it there. That's the precision I'm talking about. And why today on the American dollar bill, you see the pyramid standing there. They understand African architecture. They understand what it means to be the new Babylon. They understand what it means to have the Eye of Heru on top of that pyramid. But we ain't got. And why is the top of that pyramid detached from the rest of the pyramid? It's dealing with the lost found people, me and you. We've been detached from Africa. And we're going to we're like the capstone that has to be replaced. Very, very deep. This here is Mentu Hotep of the 12th dynasty. Batman. No. You're not listening to me, brothers and sisters. Batman. Egypt fell after the 6th dynasty. The word dynasty is nothing hard to understand. The word dynasty is two words put together. Din or dyn, asti. Din or dyn, D-Y-N, means power. That's where you get the word dynamite. Okay? Dynamo. Dynamic means power. Asti means family. So what does the word dynasty mean? Powerful family, see? So dynasty is not based on 10 years or 100 years. Dynasty is based on what family ruled and how long they ruled for. So when I talk about the first dynasty, it means the powerful family ruled. Then the second dynasty, another family took over from them and so on. So now, Mentuhotep, he lived in what they called the 11th dynasty. 11th dynasty, about 2000 odd BC. Okay? He gave us the second golden age of Egypt, Kemet. Okay? Let me show you what he done. Here he is there again. Beautiful African brother. This man here is Herodotus. Have you heard of Herodotus before? Herodotus is a Greek writer, one of the first Greek writers that literally, the Europeans call him the father of history. Because he travelled, and what he wrote down was the first history lesson in European context. Herodotus managed to visit this man's palace. Now he didn't visit it whilst he lived, because he lived about 2,000 years ago. Herodotus lived about 500 BC. Yeah? So he missed him by about 1,500 years. But hold on. Herodotus got there. Now many of us, check this out, many of us, if we live in a 3-bedroom house, we're living, if we're good. If you got a black man living in a 5-bedroom house, it will look like that. He wants to show off. You know what I mean? He wants to know I live in a 5-bedroom house. Yeah? Okay. Now let me show you how far we're falling down, brothers and sisters. See, when you wanted to, this is this book called The Histories. Please go on the internet and check this out. You can go and buy it. Okay, so very proud. In Oxford and Cambridge University, it's required reading. You have to read it. The Histories by Herodotus. Yeah? When you read the history, Herodotus talks about this man's yard that he managed to go and visit. He didn't have 5 rooms. He didn't have 10 rooms. He didn't have 20 rooms. He didn't have 50 rooms. He didn't have 100 rooms. He didn't have 500 rooms. He didn't even have 1,000 rooms. 1,500 rooms. He didn't even have 1,500 rooms. He didn't have 2,000 rooms. He didn't have 2,500 rooms. It had over 3,000 rooms. Now, I'm saying that to you because right now I know you can't imagine a building big enough to have 3,000 rooms. That's how far we've fallen now. If you want to write about this man's palace, this man's name, by the way, is Amenhotep III. If you want to write it down. Amenhotep III. He lived in the 12th dynasty. Amen, A-M-E-N. Yeah, Amenhotep. H-E-M-M-E-T. Amenhotep III. We've got different Amenhoteps, okay? This man lived. He wrote about his man's yard. Not only was I'm not talking about little rooms like this. I'm talking about courtyards, halls, and covered with meticulous carvings and gold leaves and what have you. They said they had 12 massive gardens or courtyards in this palace. It also had a lake, man-made lake, okay, with a 240-foot pyramid coming out of the water, with a massive image of Amenhotep sitting on a throne. The building was split level, 1,500 rooms below ground, 1,500 rooms above ground. That's how we were building. We as Africans were powerful builders. We were great builders. Now we can't even build a spliff. forgive me, brothers. Y'all know you're going to invite me back no more. But listen, we were so far great because we can't even imagine how far we've fallen. That's him there again. Notice his dreadlocks. Yeah? So don't think dreadlocks just came out of Haile Selassie or the Rastafarian movement or the Mau Mau in Kenya. The dreadlocks goes thousands of years back. And if you came to Egypt with me, I'll take you to the Carver Museum and I'll show you our sisters in dreadlocks. And now all people, European, Asian, American, they try to put on dreadlock wigs. Because the hair, I ain't joking on this, brothers and sisters. The hair was a sign of God. You see the dreadlocks and the spiral hair of Africans? From the word spiral, you get the word spiritual. See, I'm going to something that you're going to kick me out of this place, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you, sister. If I'm going to what your hair does, and that your hair connects to the universe. Lord gosh. No, you'll kick me out, brothers and sisters, believe me. So I can't even go there right now. I can't even go there right now. Now this man now, we're gonna slightly leave Kemet for a little while, and we're gonna go to other parts. Oh, someone said Mali, Mansa Musa, yeah, fantastic. In the 14th century. This man here, brothers and sisters, when the Europeans done their first map of Africa, they drew him in the middle, sitting on a golden stool with a golden nugget and a golden, remember we talked about the scepter, the word of power. That was an African symbol of kingship. Why did they do that? Because this man was rich. I ain't talking about, no, not rich, beyond wealth that we can imagine today. See Mansa Musa? He had about 500 wives. He's a big man, he's a bad man, he's a bad man. But do you know that each wife, sister, had 500 servants? 500 servants looking after them. This man, in 1397, he was a Muslim. In 1397, he went to perform Hajj, to go from Mali to Mecca in Arabia. This man was such a bad man, he took a crew of 60,000 with him. Over 1,000 camels laden with 1,000 pounds of gold. They said this man was so rich that as he went through countries, in order to get to Mecca, he would just give out presents, just gold presents. They said that he would, oh, where's our economist, sister? He gave out so much gold that the economy of that country would not be the same for 10 years after he left. That's how much gold he gave. He literally destabilized countries' economies, but he's just giving out gifts. Think about it. This was a bad man. And now today, look at Mali. We can't even feed the children. What has happened to Africa? Because it wasn't like that yesterday. These are the greats. And you see Mali there? And when he done Hajj, and he came back, he established what's called Timbuktu, which was like their original university that was patterned. And that's how you got your Oxford and Cambridge from. Timbuktu, we loved wisdom so much in Timbuktu, our currency wasn't even gold. You know how we used to trade in Timbuktu? Books. That was the currency. How much is that? 4 books. Go on, Papa. Books, that's how precious knowledge was to us. Books was our currency of trade. Now, many of you, when you go out and see films, you think that's Queen Sheba. Hell no. That is Queen Sheba. How do we know that? Because every historian, every scholar, every archaeologist has linked Queen Sheba back to Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, or Yemen. And when you go to the ancient histories of these people, you see she was an African. Why was this important? Because when you read the Bible and the Holy Quran, you know that who did she meet? Who did she hear about? Solomon. What was Solomon known for? His wisdom. So she heard about the greatness and the wisdom of King Solomon. And according to the Bible and the Holy Quran, she wanted to meet him. And she traveled Ethiopia or whatever, or Yemen, whichever scholar you want to listen to, into Israel or Palestine. Yeah? Where she met King Solomon. And you know what King Solomon said of himself? I am black and comely. All you daughters of Jerusalem. Meaning that he's saying, and you go read that in any Bible, that he was a black man. Meaning a black woman. She stayed there. He wanted to marry her. But she had to return back home to her people. One night of intercourse left her pregnant. She went back to Ethiopia. Her son was born. The son, does anyone know what her son's name was? Melanik. Fantastic, brother. Melanik. He grew up and he heard about the wisdom and the power of his father. He returned back to see Solomon. He was known as the most handsomest man. And as he returned back, everyone knew that you had to be King Solomon's son. And King Solomon wanted him to stay and rule the empire of Israel or Palestine. But he said, no, I've got to return back to my people. And he returned back. And he started what's known as the Melanik dynasty in Ethiopia. And from the Melanik dynasty, who's really down the line, came Haile Selassie in 1930. That's why they call him the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of what? Judah. Judah is up in Palestine. That's where you got the land of Judea from. So that these were the people that ruled this area and this time being. Did anyone know that, sister? Zinga. Queen Zinga or Zinga, that's right. Powerful sister. Powerful sister. Ruled Angola. Yeah? And when the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the British were trying to rule that, they could not do anything while she was alive. She would play one. She was a master diplomat. Oh, you want to be a diplomat as well. I can say a queen. I think that's a Queen of Zinga there, you know, Queen Zinga. Yeah? She's also a diplomat. And she knew how to play one against the other. When they go to war against each other, and as far as this black woman was alive, no European country could come and rule Angola. They made their move after she passed away. That's when Angola was taken over. It was a woman that kept Angola free. Anyone know what that is?
Yeah.
And what land are we talking about now?
Yeah,
Santua. Ghana! Go on, Papa G. Yeah? Ghana. Why is Ghana so important? Because that's the golden stool that they talk about. And it's none of y'all Santua. And when you study Ghanaian history, you have what's called the Ashanti. Yeah? Powerful tribe. But according to Ashanti mythology, they said one day a golden stool came down from heaven and landed on their king's lap, Osiatutu, his lap. And when that stool landed on his lap, they said that was a sign from heaven that the Ashantis were to rule. That stool became the most precious, divine element in the whole of Ghana's history. Not even the king could sit on a golden stool. And it's protected by guards 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Where is it now?
Oh.
I wasn't saying that because I don't know. I was just...
Yes, we're gonna go into it now, Baba. That's the history we're gonna go into. When the British came into Ghana and they wanted to rule Ghana, now hear this well. When they wanted to rule Ghana, they heard about the golden stool. Now, not understanding the divine spiritual right of that God, that's what really made it precious. Okay, the divine spiritual right of that stool. The Queen of England at the time said, I want that stool, bring that stool to me. And the Ashanti tribe, the men gathered in their war council and they discussed, they said, look, we can't fight against the British. They got guns, they got cannons, they got this, they got that. The king's mother was listening and she heard this debate taking place and she got up, picked up her rifle and she said to the men, shut up. No joke. Be quiet. If you're too scared and cowardly to fight this war for the right of your kingship, you sit down, let me and the women fight. And when the men heard that, they said, we apologize, we're sorry. they picked up their rifles, they picked up their guns, they picked up their spears, and went to war. And it was one of the most historical fights on the African continent. Now, they didn't win necessarily the war itself because the British captured Nana, Yasantua, and they exiled her to the Seychelles Islands, okay, where she died, never ever been able to see the motherland again. And the stone was taken. According to some scholars, according to other scholars, that they didn't get the stone. They done a replacement. I don't know. Okay, too many scholars. And what have you heard, brother?
I heard something a little bit different.
Okay, now you can break it down.
I was going to wait till after you.
Okay, very touching. Okay, yes, sir.
I heard something. I heard it was back, past in 2007. It went back to a tribe.
Yes, of course, as I say, depending on what scholars we look at, that the British they had to return it because Ghanaians were not accepting it. Some people said it was again switched, but we will go into this. Yes.
According to the Ashanti history, they told us when we visited Ghana that the Ashanti gave the British a fake one.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, some people say it was switched.
The Ashantis always.
And they still got it. That's what I'm saying. Yes. So also, depending on what history, what scholar you read, some people say they switched it and gave a fake. Yeah? I don't know. I can only give you what I've read. Yes, sir. Go on. No, you make your point, but it doesn't matter if it's different. You make your point.
I'm saying the stool was significant, but what about the throne? There's no question of where that is.
Break it down.
Switch that. There was a golden throne also.
That's right.
And the occupation came in and they took the throne. That is still in the museum.
That's still
now.
Yeah.
With about 80% of all the indigenous artifacts from Africa. I don't understand how it's possible you could do that.
Oh, brother, see how legally the British justify it. These elements, they've got so much, brother, and I know you know. They've got so much taken from not just our people, people from around the world. Okay? And you know how they justify it? These things doesn't belong to the people, it's a part of world heritage. So we're looking after it for them. And legally, that's their standpoint, which we know is foolishness. But that's what they argue, that this is world heritage. Hence, we will look after it for you.
That was a good one.
Now, this picture was taken in Washington, D.C. Now, you know what? I'm not going to go into this part here. Because I want to end off with something else. Benjamin Banneker. No, I'll leave that. I'll come back to that in a second. Now, this here, I'm moving more to time now. Okay? Peanuts, sweet potatoes. Anyone know what I'm going to talk about on this? What's that, bro?
I would hope that you're going to talk about Black Jesus, which would be George Washington Carver.
Oh, right. That is the man. That is the man. George Washington Carver. Fantastic man. I like this man, you know. I like this man. You're a bad man. Yeah? George Washington Carver. I'm trying to show you that this African mind was put to sleep, but never killed. Yeah? George Washington Carver. Again, we can go so much more into this, brother. But he, great scientist and inventor. You know what he done? He kept his African knowledge and his heritage. You know what he would do? He would wake up 5 o'clock every morning, take walks into the forest, sit down, meditate. And in that meditation, what he wrote, that he would actually talk to the plants. Yeah? Now many of you say rubbish, but then you watch Tarzan, talk to the animals and you accept it. You know what I'm saying, sister? Dr. Doolittle. See, if a white man talks to the animals, like, go on, Papa! You're a bad man. When a black man wants to say that he talks to the animals, or to the plants, we think, why? Con man. He sat down and meditated, and he said he had discussions, telepathic conversations with these plants. And what he asked the plants was this: why did the Creator make you? And he said the plants will come back to him, and he will go back to his laboratory and find the secrets given to him by the plants. And I'll give you an example from using sweet potato and peanuts. He invented over 300 new inventions. 300! Go look it up, man. George Washington Carver. Right there. He made soap, ink, shampoo, marble, toothpaste. Oh, crazy. People said impossible. But he done it. Elijah McCoy.
The real McCoy.
The real McCoy, brother. Yeah, the real McCoy. Yeah? They call him the inventor's inventor. He invented so many things on a yearly basis. Before Elijah McCoy, engines, when you used to use engines, they would always heat up, friction, blow out. They had to always use the engines for a few moments, turn it off, let it cool down. Elijah invented what they call lubricated oils. They used to lubricate machines. But then he invented another invention called the drip cup lubricator, which means there was a cup that they would put inside the engine and it would periodically release oil into the engine, hence keeping it lubricated, hence keeping the engine going. Hence today, we can have engines that go on for years and years and years without turning it off. Elijah McCoy. Okay? He invented the spring, system and all kind of things. And his inventions are so good that if any time people try to imitate him, people say, no, I don't want that, I want the real McCoy. And also, when he would turn up to conventions with his inventions, people wouldn't believe it was a black man that done it. They said, you can't be Elijah McCoy. Where's the real McCoy? Okay, seriously. And hence you got the term today, the real McCoy. And you see there some of his life. He actually became a fireman. Yeah, you know, look. But there was a genius inside of him. Matthew Henson. See, when we talk about reaching the North Pole, we think of, is it John Perry? But this was the first man ever, according to John Perry's words. This was a man, Matthew Henson, the first man to put the flag in, the American flag. Why? Because Perry, according to his own writings, he got frostbite. The American, okay? He got frostbite. 9 of his toes snapped off. He lost 9, so he couldn't walk. He left this man, his assistant, Matthew Henson, to go and plant that in. Anyone know that man? Mark Dean. Batman. This man here, Mark Dean, they call him the Invisible Man. That's what they call him today, the Invisible Man. Still alive today, you can see by the picture, still alive today. Dr. Mark Dean. Why is he? He's in the Hall of Fame when it comes to scientists. He's in the Scientists Hall of Fame in America. Why? Because every laptop is based on 9 main inventions, or 9 main patents. He, today, is the vice principal of IBM Computers. If you look it up on the internet, he's the vice principal of IBM Computers. Do you know this black man here today, we couldn't have these laptops used today on this man here. He owns, out of the 9 patents, he owns 3 of them. And that was 33% of every part of your computer owned by him. He has the patent to it. How many of our children know about this? How many of us know about it? This ain't now ancient issue, this is now! And we still don't know what we're doing. I won't go into this one. Don't worry. Oh, I had the one which I didn't use. But remember this, brothers and sisters, your crown is bought and paid for. All you've got to do is put it back on your head. The crown is your knowledge, the crown is your wisdom, the crown is your understanding. And what I'm going to do, brothers and sisters, I'm going to end off. Are you okay still? Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end off on a recent visit I had to America. And the reason why I went there. So, Lynn, before I go into that, break some bread, please.
How you lot feeling? Feeling good? You know what I'm going to do, bro? I'm going to give them the iPod. Give away the iPod. If you got a pen and paper, can you take it out, please? This is imperative. Take out a pen and paper, please. I want you to look up these words, and I give them to you when you go home today, because this is going to be your key steps that you need for success. So how you can now take this knowledge and apply it. And this is what I created, and it's called the iPod. First and foremost, you need to know your identity. Who are you? If you don't know what identity means, go and look up the word. Identity, who am I? When you know who you are, find out what your purpose is in life. P, identity, purpose. What is your purpose in life? Why are you here? Ask the majority of people, why do you exist? They can't tell you that. So therefore they're just floating every single day. The O, originality. Our young people don't want to be original today. They want to fit in the crowd. Something called fear. False experiences appearing real. Everyone say it with me, false experiences appearing real. 85% of the times the things we fear are not real. Yeah, so the O, the originality. And the last is the direction. The vision of your direction. That's your iPod right there. That iPod's special. Doesn't run out of batteries, it's guaranteed for life.
Thank you.
Yes, that's your iPod. Say it with me. Identity. Purpose. Originality. Direction. Now, when I was in university, I graduated in 2007. I don't know, what do you get here? What's the highest grade you can get in university? What? Like, PhD, yeah? Like after you've done the 3 years, the grade? Yours called masters. I got basically equivalent of that, a first class honours in creative and media writing. Mama was happy. Phoning everybody. Yes. We got to first class. I know, I'm so proud. Yeah? After that, once I was like, Mama, yeah, here's your certificate. Happiest day of her life, she said. After that, finished, and I said, you know what? I'm going to set up my own company. This is my logo right here.
Okay.
The power of Africa, the griot, the messenger. And that's what we do today, carrying the message to people all across the world. So I started my own t-shirt clothing line. I started even my own perfumes. But just to show you, if you decide to just take next month, I'm going to Gambia to try and set up a contract with a wood carving man so I can bring back carvings from Africa to remind people of the motherland. And that's why I've got the jewelry here and they used to make me feel as if I was wearing the skin of misery. Forced me into exodus. My books became binoculars. You see, only devil man sleeps well after killing peacekeepers. I live to tell the tale of my ancestors. War-torn sons and daughters with no choice but to abandon their limbs across dusty borders. So now you try and ask an amputee if he wants arms and let him break it down without no palm. I know what these young people are going through. Demons whisper to my temple, join our circle, where we load magazines and play cops and robbers. Put your ears to the council brick of these housing estates, and you can hear the screams of hardship and concrete fate. Killers Anonymous have cornered us. I say we protect the women first. This field is poisonous, but we won't give up. This is what I believe in. Seeking scholar investigator. Jeez.
Brothers and sisters, what I'm going to end off on now, okay, I'm going to try and get the next, just finish it in the next 10, 15 minutes. Whoops. Is it gone? It's like Yep, fantastic. Excellent. We're gonna get there. It's about raising aspirations, especially for the youth. investing in diversity. Now, as we know around the world, people saw President Barack Obama, take the oath of office, the inauguration. And whilst many people are cheering, many people, especially the mature, the elders, they shed a tear. Why do they shed a tear? Because they remember the days and how Africans went to America into the Western Hemisphere. And the great people that came forward and laid their lives down, used their expertise. The great people that wished that they could have been here on the time that literally they had the first black president taking the oath of office, okay? And we've got to remember that great people have paid prices, dedicated themselves to this, okay? Great, 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 great people. And as we see that, we have to remember this. This is the inauguration building that Obama took his oath in. But remember this. This man here, his name is Benjamin Banneker, born in 1731, died in 1806. It was a black man. This is where Obama took the oath, the Capitol building. It was this African, born in America in 1731 as a slave, okay, that literally used his mathematical skills. And literally, it was this man here that when America got its independence, he was the one that literally mapped out all the streets of Washington, D.C. He placed all the buildings where they are today, the major buildings. So where the Capitol building is, he laid it there, Benjamin Banneker. Where you see the White House today, it was a black man that laid it there. The Treasury building, an African that laid it there. He had what's called a photographic memory, and they relied on him to do that. But let's not forget, it was so-called African slaves that built the White House, that built the Treasury, that built the Capitol buildings. So when Obama went there, he was only going back home again. Yeah? It was built there. But let's not forget about Rosa Parks, who one day was said, was just too tired to stand up. And thereby this man came on a mission, and he announced that he's got a dream, okay? And we didn't know that 40 years later, living up to the day, in 1969, when he had that speech, I have a dream, 40 years later, that dream was going to be realized, okay? But it ain't about us worshipping Barack Obama. I'm not into worshipping no one. I'm into now seeing that Barack Obama, he's raised the game. He's raised the levels, okay? And that should show us now we're going to end our excuses. No more blaming other people for what we should be doing. It's now about us. It's now about me. It's now about you. And remember this, brothers and sisters. Every time you point the finger to blame someone else about what you're doing or not doing in your life, remember this. There's 3 fingers pointing back at you. Every time you point to someone and say it's your fault, there are 3 fingers. And don't tell me you point like that. Don't point like that. Yeah. So don't try to be funny, man. Yeah. Don't blame other people for what you're not doing. You stand up and say, yes, I can. And we don't appreciate the price that Barack Obama paid to get there. Look at his shoes. Yeah? Showing that we want to see the glory of great people, but we're not willing to pay the price that they paid to be big. And you've got to verify. Many of you are studying. Many of you are students. Many of you may be Christian about how hard it is. Money and bills and exams, okay? Shut up. Take that pressure. You can only build diamonds. How? Diamonds are built after years and years of pressure. And I'm telling you, man, you are diamonds, man. Stop complaining about the pressure you're under. Take that pressure, smile, and get up and do your work. Be the people that you're meant to be. Because we ain't paying no price compared to our ancestors that were enslaved. So we can't argue about that. Because Barack knew that his true power was spiritual power. When the people could believe in him and pass on that faith, he took that part on. And so today, you see Barack Obama doing what he's making do it. Because of time, I'm not going to play that. I want to finish off on something. And now you're looking at the first family. Literally, it's like the word family of
when his family joined him on stage, it was a moment he could only
dream about a stage like that.
But he had detected that America was
Yeah, he had detected expected it. But this was the day. This day, man, they call it in America, they call it the moment. This is history. I don't know what you was doing at that time, but you've got to be a part of that history, man. Yeah? You've got to be a part of it. Because as soon as I heard that bomb was won, I went to the airline. I'm booking I ain't got nowhere to stay. I'm flying to America, man. This is history, brothers. And I'm telling you, man, do not waste your life, man. Do you know how many billions of people wish that they could have lived in your day and time? Here we are. Really understanding history's around us. Don't watch history, be history, man. Yeah? This is your thing. Millions of people came out to watch Obama. Millions of people came up. And we were there, man. Over 2 million of us. If you look carefully, see why you see me there? I was there, Frederick. Yeah? We were like ants. Seeing a man come up and do this, man. And you remember, man, people came from all walks of life, every color, every faith, every religion came to see a black man there. And when that time went off, man, it was like an atom bomb being released, man. It was fantastic. But not only in Washington was we doing that, all over that is Times Square in New York. The whole of New York came to a standstill, man. People wanted to see. Nowhere in America's history ended. All over America, they were seeing it. No matter what color you were, man, people wanted to tune into a universal energy, okay? And that is what was being used. Even white people didn't like black people clapping. Crying. Yeah? All over the world, they came to see this. Even the armed forces in tears.
To me after the event and he said, brother, I just love what you just stated, and I'm an artist as well. And from that night, we connected. He's traveled with me around the world, okay? Because he's just gifted. And just listen to the words of this, please, as he finishes. On cold nights, you tucked me underneath my sheets. Love the way you smiled when you kissed me on my cheek. Single mother, only God knows why you had to suffer. I'm sorry for the pain I caused you when I was younger. Hearing you crying from my bedroom wall, I couldn't take it, so I never knocked on your door. No matter how many push-ups I did, I still couldn't find the strength to comfort you when it was needed. That was then, this is now. I plan to make you proud. Tears of joy, that's all I want to see from now. Watch your son burst through the grace of clouds, strong, independent, playing a role of 2 parents. You gave me life. It's because of you I stand present. I know the money situation wasn't that pretty. You saw to it that I never once slept hungry. I could never ask for more than you've given me. See, you're a story that I need to share with the world. My black pearl, I hold you close. For the patience you held, I write these notes. If your happiness is colored, believe I'll be running for gold. Chopping onions, I told you my dreams in the kitchen. Mama, all I need is your blessing. Far from the offspring you picked up from school fights, I understand why you sheltered me from street life. Now that my little bro is in this frame, I know you need me to raise my game. Rise as a role model in this crucial lane. You taught me that applied education can break the chain. I know the angels admire your soul. Mama, smile for me, I love you so. Empty palm to the heavens, you pray with hope. Hope I become chosen to bring you that joy with a sunstroke. So mama, you're the only one I'll die for. Mama, you're the only one I'll cry for. Smile for me now, no more feeling down. In my eyes, you're the one who should be wearing the crown.
Naar de Nauwvallei, wil drinken van het bronwater. Terug om te leren met oud te praten. Weg van bitches die me haten. Hele die me kapot willen maken. Laat me door de Terug naar de bron, waar het bestond. Ben jij al terug geweest?